Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy BB27, the SML reviewer, and welcome to another SML character reviews. So, this episode is for Joseph. Last time we did Cody, I figured it would only make sense to do Joseph. So, Joseph is also another one of Junior's main best friends. He's not really similar to Cody in terms of personality, but he's similar to where how Cody's kind of like his best friend. Joseph, however, is way closer to Junior than Cody. They pretty much always have each other's backs all the time. He's kind of like his right-hand man, like right there all the time. Always listens to any idea that Junior has, whether it's like the stupidest idea or whatever. It's like really harmful idea. He'll kind of just go with it. You can always kind of like Junior can always kind of count on him. But for a character, yeah, Joseph is a pretty interesting guy. At least back then. Nowadays, Joseph kind of evolved to be just a stupid kind of like stereotype, just not really like almost like soulless version of what he used to be, which is like what happened to all the characters. But Joseph got it pretty hard. So I'll kind of explain how he was back then. So back then, Joseph actually had a lot going on. Which I actually like him a lot. I don't hate Joseph. He's not like a character I hate. A lot of people hate this character, and I'll kind of explain why later on. It's only because of one video that everyone just hates him. Um, but anyways, how I feel about him, I like him. I think he's cool. Even nowadays, I mean, he's definitely not as good as he used to be. But how he was back then is basically he didn't have, well, he had like a mom, right, which they showed in a couple videos. His first appearance was like summer school as well. So it's same as Cody. They both kind of met in the same video. And then there was like Junior's cell phone, which I think was also kind of like one of his first videos. But and Joseph's like a pretty chill character, but not really. That's the thing about him. So he's like homeless because his mom died, but she didn't actually die. There's actually like so much lore going on with him. At least there used to be, which I found really interesting. I loved all the lore around him. So like basically his mom, she didn't die. She just left. And then, the whole time Joseph thought he killed her, and he's kind of crazy. Like there'll be times where he's chill, but he's actually like low-key like a psychopath. That's what I always found interesting about Joseph, is he kind of had the whole like being homeless thing and being like a psychopath and just being crazy. He's like a very weird character. He does a lot of weird things. He kept like a skeleton in his house, thinking it was his mom for like a long time. He basically like lived with Screwball there for a while, which you guys don't know. Screwball is like the clown or whatever that used to be in the videos. But yeah, I don't know. Joseph, he also tried to kill Junior in one of the videos. He's done a lot of crazy shit that people don't really talk about. And he's a very delusional character. Stuff like Joseph's Imaginary Family, where he genuinely believed all of those were like real people. It's like a very delusional character. He definitely has a lot of mental issues, but he's like chill and funny too. Like that's the thing about Joseph is, I mean, most videos you're not gonna really see that side of him. But if you watch a video like Joseph's house, or Joseph moves in, you'll see the kind of more crazier side of him come out. And he has a lot of lore. Like compared to Cody and Junior, like I mean, there's lore with them too. Like there's even lore on how Cody became gay. But like with Joseph, he's a way more in-depth character than the other two. I mean, obviously Junior, I guess, would be the most in-depth, but Joseph had a lot of lore going on for him. And the reason I say had is because nowadays there's literally nothing being done with him anymore. He went from being a very interesting character with a lot going on to being a like black stereotype that just, calls everyone racist all the time and it just kind of keeps making the same jokes over and over again. And they kind of went heavy on the whole him taking Junior's side thing. Like they went heavy on that. I mean, it's always been a part of this character and his friendship, but nowadays it's even worse than before. He'll basically just make fun of Cody with the Junior way more often. He's way more of an asshole too. And this kind of started way later on. But what made everyone hate Joseph was Joseph the Millionaire. So this video literally caused everybody to hate Joseph. But I'll talk about that when we get to the pros and cons, which we're going to be doing right now. So. All right, now for the pros and cons of Joseph. I know the beginning was kind of sloppy. Forgive me if this whole video is sloppy. It's just kind of last second. For pros of Joseph, I actually really there's a few. For me personally, there's a few. I know not a lot of people are gonna agree with these, but for me, there's a few pros. I'd say the biggest one, at least one of the biggest ones, was how just interesting he was of a character. I feel like there could have been a lot more done with him. They had a lot going on with him and his family and his like just his whole background. They had a lot going on. I'd say he's a very kind character for the most part. He's helped Junior out a lot, and he has even been nice to Cody. It's not really common, but there's been times where he's nice to Cody. Um, so like there's like little pros about him. I think he is a very helpful character. Like he literally saved Richard's life in one of the videos. I think he can be a pretty helpful character when he wants to be. It's not often that you see that side of him, but it definitely exists. And Joseph's just kind of like a cool guy. He's just pretty chill when he's not being like a psychopath and trying to kill people. There's pros that exist for him. Maybe not a lot, but like there are pros for Joseph. He is a really good friend to Junior. Like he would literally take a bullet for Junior. At least I feel like he would. But yeah, now I'm gonna kind of just move on to the cons because like there is a lot of cons, unfortunately, with his character. So one of the biggest ones is it kind of stems from the video Joseph the Millionaire. This video is the reason everyone hates him. Basically, what happened in this video is like they found. I'm not gonna explain the whole video. I could make a whole review on that, honestly, but he's basically just a spoiled brat in it, and then that's kind of why everyone hates him. He had this mansion, and he was just treating everyone like shit and just like being a total brat about it, like worse than Goodman, worse than Jeffy in this video. Like he was being awful, like he was being absolute asshole for no reason at all. And this isn't the only time he's done this. There's been future videos where he's been kind of like a dick to other people. Like he kind of brings this back every once in a while. It's not common, but it does happen. And especially like with this video, Joseph the Millionaire, he's easily the worst in this video. So with the whole being a brat thing, he also just does a lot of dumb shit similar to Junior that gets them in trouble. Maybe not as often as Junior, but he definitely has done some stupid shit. Like he ate the Cheeto, like the $1 million Cheeto or whatever in the one video. So like that was, that's kind of like one of the things. It's like, oh, he's really stupid. Like he's really stupid. I guess another con of Joseph would just kind of be how crazy he is. I'd say that's one of the ones. I mean, he literally thought he killed his mom. He almost killed Junior. He almost killed Cody. He gets killed a lot, though. That's the thing with Joseph. He's kind of like the Kenny of SML. As he always reminded me of Kenny from South Park, how there's a lot of the times he'll just get killed. Or, like, he'll just dip. You know what I mean? Something he does a lot is he'll be like, I'm out of here, dude. They still do that to this very day. He just dips, and then that's it. You don't really get a whole lot of screen time with Joseph. He's kind of like a hard character to review because, like, it really is because he doesn't get a lot of screen time. He's more like it always felt like a side character, which is just sad because I know he's had deeper lore with him. Like there's so much they could be doing with him, and they never do that. So they always just kind of push him to the side in terms of like the main three. But yeah, I don't know. Um, that's the biggest con right there is him being like a selfish dick. Unfortunately, that is still true sometimes, and it's really annoying. So yeah, I personally like Joseph. That's how I feel about him. He definitely has some flaws, and he's not the best character, especially not anymore. He's evolved into just a stupid stereotype, and it's unfortunate because he had a lot of interesting things going on for him at one point in the show, and not really anymore. So yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you guys thought about Joseph. Me personally, I'd give Joseph like maybe a 7 out of 10. He's kind of gotten worse throughout the years, but I mean, I'd still say he's like a 7. He has a lot of good moments on the channel, and I really love the lore, and I just wish they gave him more screen time because he's genuinely an interesting character, but that's about it. Like, subscribe to your boy later, and peace. Stay lit.